So what's up, everybody? It's me, at True Star Screamer, and we are looking at today another Marvel Legends review. We are looking at the Black Panda, Wakanda Forever, Ironheart. Yes, I actually saved the box this time. First of all, I want to say I actually really don't mind these, to be honest. Yes, the window packaging is always nice to inspect the figure, but I honestly have no hate for those. Just want to put that out there. But we're not here to talk about packages. We're not here to, talk to my OnlyFans about, oh, never mind. Just, my wife will hate that joke. What we are here to talk about is toys, which of course you can always find pictures for that on my social media at TikTok, at Instagram, at True Star Screamer. And of course, we talk about this stuff every Thursday on the Figure Action Podcast. See, I got that stuff out of the way quick this time because once again, we're here to talk about the toys. And RiRi, this is Ironheart, RiRi Williams. She was, of course, came out in the Marvel Comics, and I am very interested to see how her role is going to play in the Black Panther movie. And I'm excited. I know my daughter is excited. And this is an interesting figure. This is a deluxe figure, so this one was like 30 something bucks, and there are things I really like about it. There are things that kind of, I don't want to say dislike, but I'm like, eh. And there's things that kind of just make me wonder why they did what they did. Got her here with her mask unmasked, and got the helmet here on the side. We've got a bevy of accessories, which we'll be talking about. So, might as well just get right to it. I'm counting these as accessories, but she's got these shoulder thrusters. Get back here. I like the fact she's stable, by the way. This is something I do enjoy. But she's got these shoulder thrusters. I am counting these as accessories because if this is similar to the Iron Man Nanotech, these might pop in, pop out type of thing. So I think that's kind of cool. I really like the interior detailing of this. I might take some silver paint here just to kind of give the pipes a little more definition. But in general, I really like these. This is definitely some unique tooling. I have no idea how the heck they're going to reuse some of these parts. I mean, that's the one thing with these MCU figures. There's not a lot of reuse from them. So I know we talk about Bucky Cap mold, reuse of parts and such, repaints, which, yeah, I get. But for the MCU stuff, a lot of this is just all unique one-time use sculpts. So I think something just got to keep in mind just to appreciate. With the thrusters, there's also a neat little thruster effect part, which will just slide right in here to make it look like the engine's going. And of course, we'll be putting this in later. Again, I like this. I hope we can find a way to reuse these, because I like effect parts. That being said, before I go over, we have this huge ass rail cannon. We only get one. I actually probably wouldn't have minded two, and we'll show how that goes in a little bit. But I do think this is a very cool piece. I love the paint, making it look like it's all charged up. Again, I could probably put a little more paint to it, but with what we're getting, I am not complaining too much. The helmet, yes, that's an alternate head, so technically considered an accessory. Hands. We get fist, open hand, and fist. The hand is on a hinge joint, which is very stiff right now, but it does flip up and down as opposed to and it does have the repulsor blast hole, which can hold the repulsor blast effect, which, okay, let's go ahead and talk about this. So she also has these gauntlets on here. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug the hand here. I'm gonna try to. And these gauntlets here. I want to consider these I think I should also consider these accessories because again they just slide in and out. While that's off here, we then can slide the cannon here back on. So that's how she wields her cannon. Very nice. This is also, I'm thinking she's got the Nanotech. I am wondering, because I'm gonna put this on. Probably put the wrong hand on here. There we go, put that in there. And now she's got her repulsor effect. This is the only way you can get her to use this hand as a repulsor effect, because when you have the gauntlet on, the hand can't bend back appropriately enough. So just something to keep in mind. So this is kind of why I'm thinking this is using the nanotech direction of things, because maybe she might be able to get out of here. These are in there good. There are times I have felt like I'm going to tear it, but so far it's been holding up. So this is, I think we're going to see her in the... I'll go ahead and pop off the helmet here. This is how I think we're going to see the Ironheart armor. And then she's going to bulk up with the nanotechs, with the gauntlets, the cannon, and the thrusters. I hope that's how it is, because if not, these are pretty much useless. Unless you use them, of course, as boot thrusters, which I always think these effects are great for that. Finally, we also get one of my favorite accessories of last year, which is this smoke effect. And I love this effect, but it does not work too well for her. Unless I can, again, fit it on here, because it does not fit along her legs well. Actually, I can barely fit it. I can't fit it on her legs to be like a smoke trail like I have with the other Ironheart that came out. But you can anchor it in, and you can sort of get the smoke plume trail. So that's the only way I can kind of use this, unless, again, I use it with the depowered nano gauntlet. Hey all, it's me. This is a quick bad edit, I know, but when it comes to the accessories, I forgot one. There's this little hose right here that was actually on the floor that I found after recording this review, but it actually plugs in all the way up to the jet engine up here. So makes it look like her fusion reactor is powering the weapon. So once again, that goes with my theory of the nanotech of the weapons and all for both the thrusters and that. But didn't want you guys to think that I was a negligent reviewer, because I know my buddy T-Man, he thought I was, and he insisted I put this in. So yes, in the accessory count, we also have a hose. But articulation, she is pinless, want to point that out. She does have a double jointed elbow, though it is stiff. I like the neck because it allows her to look all the way up, so when she flies. Ab crunch forward is pretty much non-existent. I'm gonna say that now. Ab crunch back is a little better, not by much. Does pivot. Painting on this chest, by the way, is great. We got the silver trimming, the gold, the light blue for the semi-arc reactor she's got going on. So there's a lot of good things going on here. Does have a thigh swivel in here, which gets kind of loose. That's nice, though. It's not by much because of how the armor cuts. That's the only thing. Again, love this paint. Really like the silver on the back of the legs, too. Double jointed knee. Again, very stiff, but she's got it. Ankle rocker. It can rock back, it can rock forth. It does not seem to have an actual ankle rocker, but she does have a... Oh, never mind. Okay. I literally just discovered this. She does have a toe pivot, which is... I'm gonna give that. That's actually pretty neat. Wow, that's actually very clever. I did not notice that. I probably should have watched T-Man 978's review, because he probably mentioned that. But that's actually pretty clever. Almost like an ankle rocker. Let's go ahead and armor her up real quick. Okay, so this is her armored up, and I went ahead and I put the thruster effects in there. I think I might put those in upside down, but it doesn't matter too bad. This is a very good look. This absolutely is a very, very good look. Again, this is not perfect by far. But this is for an armored character. This is very cool. The hips, they don't allow her to, cut the splits, but she isn't going to really do it that much. Again, she's very, very stable, which is a wonderful thing. A lot of my Iron Man figures, to be honest, they'll topple at the drop of a hat, depending on them. These knees, by the way, are nowhere near as gummy as previous Iron Man figures. So, again, a lot of awesome things going on with this. Again, when I put the thrusters on, she absolutely looks complete. Again, a little bit of the silver back here on these jets, just to add more to this, would be nice. But I think I actually want to see how she looks in the movie first before I add any details. Just a very nice presentation. So let's see how she looks with some other figures of her ilk. Other figures of her ilk. Okay, so first we're going to compare her to Rescue. This is the first version of Rescue. I really didn't find any value in the updated one personally. I'm not like a hardcore Rescue fan. I could care less about the Gwyneth Paltrow head and all that. This is apparently like a homemade armor versus something that Stark made. So there's definitely some contrast here in the size. I mean, you gotta think how this is supposed to be form-fitting armor, nanotech armor versus, these are obvious boots. So when RiRi's in here, she's probably stepping into the armor and it's making her taller. So these definitely look good together. Did I mention I love this helmet design? It's really nice. And next we've got it going with the anniversary, the Avengers movie anniversary edition of the nanotech armor. This is probably my favorite MCU Iron Man armor that I own. I never could get the one that had like the clear plastic, clear plastic nanotech drones and all. But again, these look really well together. God, the paint on this is so nice, this cherry red. Compared to these two, I mean, the golds look good, but you could tell like this was made from a different assembly plant and all, storyline wise. So, I mean, again, great Iron Man figure, but she just looks so brilliant next to him. And finally, I've got her next to her comic counterpart, which, let me tell you, getting this little setup here was actually harder than it looks. She is actually being held up by her. So she is not a stable figure, which also, since to give more kudos to this figure design, because it's actually holding her up. Once again, smaller comic book, nanotech, all that. I can't remember. I never actually read all of Ironheart. It's kind of when I got out of comics. Nothing against the character, I just stopped reading around then. Definitely can see the homage in the helmets, which is really nice. What is fun, you can actually take some of these weapons and put them on her, which is a very neat thing. Just as an example, you can also put the big cannon on her arm too. So if you got these two characters, they actually go very well together. You could, in theory, army build her and have her as like a squadron commander, if you wanted to. Which, if it wasn't for the fact that she was $30, I'd be all for. I think it's a very neat look of having the two of them flanking, as well as the fact of being able to share the accessories. So final thoughts. This by no means is a flawless figure. Lack of ab crunch kind of annoys me. The hips, of course, not being able to open up to give a wider A stance makes it a little difficult. We've got some accessories that we can't completely utilize when standing, but I'll be getting around that with how I plan on displaying her. And that's and very, very stiff joints. I mean, again, I think more than anything else, the lack of ab crunch is probably the one that bugs me the most, just because of getting for more dynamic poses. But that being said, there's absolutely a ton of positives. The coloring, the painting is great. This plastic is a beautiful cherry red. The amount of accessories, the amount of unique accessories. I mean, again, I don't know how we're going to be putting those thrusters back in something else. This cannon we might see again, possibly. The gauntlets, I would love to see again in other Iron Man figures. I haven't actually tried this with my Iron Man figures, but they work great with, again, the other Ironheart figure that I have. And I really didn't touch too much about it, but this face sculpt is beautiful. The photo print technology is on point. The cornrows in the hair is great. Just the texturing on the scalp. This is grade A work, by far, especially for MCU stuff. They did not pull out any stops on this figure. So, overall, if you like her, get her. You will be very pleased. If you're on the fence on her, wait for a Target coupon, for 25% off, which I think they're still running right now. This would be a great use for that coupon. This figure, even if you don't use the photo print head, like I mentioned, is a great army builder. I would use the same justification of the Dark Trooper, to be honest. If you're army building those, you could army build her. I would love to see some custom repaints of this. Even a female War Machine variant would probably be very cool. So, I mentioned how I was going to be displaying her. Let me show you. So if you guys remember, when the Black Widow figure came out, about 2 years ago, she came with a dynamic display stand. You can actually buy those stands separately from Hasbro, and these bad boys are some solid stands. I really think these have been slept on. I have not seen them used much for display. You can get like 3 for like $20, I think, right now. I think they're still on Pulse. I do highly recommend these, but I plan on literally putting her on display stand. I'll probably have it up a little higher when I do, but this way I can use the smoke effects effectively. I need to get a turntable, I really do. But I think this will really showcase everything that's very good about this figure for my display. I actually have been keeping the other Ironheart figure on a similar display so I could have these effects going for it. So in lieu of photography for this review, we're just going to showcase this little stand here. And again, I do recommend these, and I do recommend this figure. So, if you like this review, please give us a like. Please give us a comment down below. Heck, if there's anything you want me to showcase, whether it be a figure that's been out for a while or something that's coming out that I should keep my eyes open for, please let me know. These comments are the best way of talking to me. But until next time, this is True Starscreamer, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.